So my first question is, what exactly is a mirror board? And
A mirror board starts with looking inside of ourselves, and it uses the concept of reflections as a way to understand our innate internal resources and what is there, very broadly speaking, what is their utility for us in becoming more of who we want to be or moving into the life that we want for ourselves, as well as embodying those very things today.
This is really about getting really, really connected to all the parts of you, appreciating all of those parts and what they bring in different situations, in different contexts. But it really is diving deep, which is one of our sessions, right? Diving deep into this person in the mirror. They're not flat. They're really not flat. And it's about embracing all of those dimensions that you have.
I love that. One of the things that I also love, I appreciate the distinction between the mirror being a one object, one view, right? And the mirror board being multidimensional. But the word that I love that keeps coming up, and maybe I just like the alliteration of it too, is I like the word more, right? Because I think that so often when we think about these kinds of spaces or exercises, it talks about a future self as opposed to a more of oneself.
You know, that concept of more, you've unwittingly or very wittingly touched on a core concept, rather than being about, well, what parts of myself do I want to get rid of or tone down, or what parts are not useful, what parts are bad. This is about naming and naming them all so that you can decide which one is going to be helpful to you in this moment. The part of me that is, we call the hammer, that's like gonna just cut down every tree in her way to get what she needs, is not that helpful to me, when I'm trying to help my mom go through her garage. And like, she needs the part of me, she needs a different reflection that has patience and kindness and tolerance. But you definitely want the hammer if, like, the subway goes into darkness and I got to get everybody out to the surface. So this idea that we have everything inside of us, and it's all about having more ability to use more of ourselves in a more efficient way.
What does this mirror board play look like?
And and thank you for using the word play. We refer to our sessions as play shops, because part of this is to really inject feelings of fun, right? A sense of adventure, a sense of exploration, and maybe even childhood curiosity, childlike curiosity. And you have all of these, I like to think of it as like we're in the playground and we're meeting all these new kids in the playground, right?
Yeah. I love that, Tanya, and that's such a beautiful. I love the idea of a playground, and if we were to even color in those color it in more, I would say that this is a playground that is all inclusive. Everyone is welcome. Nobody is turned away. There's room for everyone. There's an activity for everyone. There's room for people and individuals who just want to watch or sit quietly. Like, this is a playground where there is a place and a purpose for every single individual joining. And that's really an important piece of this. So great, all sounds good. Lots of words. They all sound yummy. Like, how do you get there? Like, what do you do? And with the reflectional activity for Tanya and myself, it's so important that if PlayShop attendees leave with nothing else but the ability to run through this reflectional activity for themselves on their own time, when needed, as needed, and then maybe even be able to use it the way they will want to use it best, when they want to use it best, and how they want to use it best. Practice. That's right. The reflectional activity can become a daily practice, same way we might do yoga or talk to our best friend or garden or sit and drink coffee, whatever the things are that we do to keep ourselves tethered to our best steps. What they end up with is a knowledge of maybe one or two or more of their reflections. They name their reflections, they have a sense of what those reflections look or act like, and they understand what that reflection's loving overall like mission for them in their life is.
I love that. I love that. You know what else I love? What I love is that it gives you agency, right? The individuals have agency on and off the playground. I love that. And I love that. I love that also. If you can comment on this, why is it important for this to be fun?
It is part of setting a tone for how you are with yourself. And I think that the first step, rediscover and reframe. Reframing is about really finding the gift in any reflection. And when you're in a positive space, a fun space, it is much easier. We all know this. It's much easier to look at things in a positive light, right? To see the glass half full. So it is really, really important to connect in this context of just openness and lightness and exploration, and with that you can go deeper. It almost sort of allows you, you know, it's that fun relaxes you and opens you up to really doing this practice, this play, and rediscovering, as we talked about, those reflections. And it is, when it happens, it is just so beautiful. That makes it all the more fun. And I want to, because the last step of the reflectional activity is name and claim. And so you've heard, so Phoebe has Zombie Apocalypse Warrior. The second step is embody and envision. And Phoebe, I love when she does this. Can you show us how you access? So she has claimed Zombie.
Yes.
Warrior.
Yeah, it's actually for me, because what helps me is physicality. And again, for what the way Tanya and I speak about it, I could just as easily imagine this physicality. We know from neuroscience that imagining activity or imagining a certain posture is just as potent as actually physically doing it, if that's available to you. It is to me. So I will show you that if I am feeling, I need my zombie apocalypse warrior, but I'm like, I don't know, I can't, I'm not going to stand, but I will. I've got my hands on my hips.
Heard.
My shoulders are, and I am looking.
Okay.
And what I feel in my body, this energy that I feel right now, I am actually electrified, because I've done the reflectional activity. So this is a shorthand for me now. I've done it. I've done the play shop. I've done the playing. So when I do this, it's like my body and my brain, they're like, oh, yeah, who we have to give us, where are we going? What are we doing?
What I love, what I have learned in this conversation is part of it. So often, I think I've been taught, or I've learned, like, to name your critic.
Yeah.
This is so different to me, because again, it goes back to more. It goes back to play. So one is naming all of those different facets within one, and they're all to be loved. And to
And
all so this is dope, y'all. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
And you know, and our like that inner critic, because we all, I've got a couple of them, right? What does she want from me? You know, she wants me to stay safe. She doesn't want me to experience disappointment. And to be able to be like, thank you so much. I so deeply appreciate your need to keep me safe. I got this. Me and Zombie Apocalypse Warrior got this. But like, thank you so much, Scared Sally, who is actually one of my reflections.
I love this. So I have a question. Did you all, is this yours?
Yes.
Well, yes,
Wait a minute.
Ipe, so can I say something?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Well,
That's important.
Well, and it's interesting that you brought this out, and it is actually at the crux of how this got started. Phoebe and I were both going through coaching programs. That's how we reconnected, in this space. And one of the biggest issues that we both had was this concept of critic, saboteur, this part of you that you
Imposter.
wanna, yeah, and it did not, it actually contradicted some of the other things we were learning about this unconditional positive regard, this sort of inner set of resources. And so we were just like, this doesn't make sense.
It's just, I love a native New Yorker. Go ahead.
So it was
Telling you.
part and parcel of creating this concept where you were embracing your full self. And for me, coming as a health and wellness coach, it was about health. Like when you're hating a part of yourself, that has
That's
wellness implications, not only mental and physical. Because
Yeah.
this was a critical part of why we created it, because we felt like there was still some residual, like that history of us still needing to fence off and compartmentalize. And we were like, no, this is a
Right.
team, this is this is all, you need access to everything.
I love this so much.
I think there's an opportunity to go beyond, because when you're just, again, doing that two-dimensional, it may be that you are assuming that what you're saying I love you to are those things that you've kind of carved out as okay, that you're good with.
So,
And you haven't yet really changed that relationship with some of those, that whether it be parents or other, experiences that have made you feel shame or anger at certain other parts of yourself. So you're not necessarily changing that relationship with those sides of yourself. And so doing that, you may just be focusing here and not really going to the level that really changes your whole dynamic.
And I have a lot of gratitude in being here and being able to have this conversation with you all, right? So I love that piece, and I see mirror work as a solve, as a momentary, as a solve, as a momentary solve, in the same way that, like, that's it. It's a momentary solve. What I love about what I'm hearing about Mirror Board, while I have not yet experienced it, is it speaks to, and you said that at the very beginning, all the different facets of the interior, right? So it's not just what's here, it delves in. It sounds really powerful. I can't wait to participate.